Why do you think
Because
it's impossible?
If you see the counties, they're already on bills. They have bills that have not been settled.
Yeah.
Some people have not been paid. There is corruption continuing daily. I don't think other counties. I think Mtua's case is different because he has some long-term objective.
A long-term objective.
Yeah.
So he is putting the economy of Machakos County on his massive peril for his longest strategic plan.
I think, yeah, but if someone is very careful or very good in doing things, you will see the gap also given to him if he owns an SME or a small business to really move to the next level. But from my angle, I see no other county can really do it, because of politics and corruption and lack of strategy. Kenya is a mess.
Kenya is a mess. There, Mr. You said the name is Mr. Derick Kipkorir there telling us about the current economic status. Before we go for the short break, I want us to talk about cryptocurrency when we come back. Which are some of the things that you would advise people who are facing this hard economic times currently? What are some of the things we should do to survive this? Because the president just said, you are in lockdown. We do not know when we are coming out of it. It might be next week, it might be tomorrow, or it might even be the next 6 months. What do we do as we are surviving, as we are in this survival mode?
Okay, as we continue to survive, from Charles Darwin, survival is for the fittest. Not everyone will really survive.
True.
Yeah.
Some will go under the ship.
Yeah. So, there are some lessons, I've actually interacted with some books that talk about tough times. It's about emulating those virtues that you need: hard work, patience. Yeah. And people might try and do something else apart from what you've been doing. Yeah. Try and maybe, I remember the last lockdown. Yeah. People went home. I tried to do something. I read a lot of books. I tried to listen to music. It inspired me to become a DJ eventually. Yeah. So people should try and look for alternatives. Life is not a one thing. Yeah. There are a lot of things in life. So people should try and diversify at this time so that they survive. Give me 3 tangible lessons that you have learned from these books that can be easily implemented by the viewer watching us home. Actually, one of the most tangible things you can do at this time, although it might seem crazy, but actually, try and really save what you can save. Saving is one of the most tangible things you can try and do. Because, also minimizing costs. Try and reduce your costs, your daily life. Try and live like a survivor. Live on your least minimal budget. Yeah, least minimal budget. Yeah. Another thing I'll advise anyone is to, see the times from these tough times from another angle. Yeah. And get the vibe to really struggle more and more as we move into the future there. He has shared 3 important lessons. One, it is very crazy, and I do agree with him, it is very crazy to be told to save currently, but the second option of you spending the least that you can, then the extra money that you've not spent, then you would put that money away into savings. So either way, that still does not look crazy. If you can, if you do not need to use a border, save the 50 shillings. Yeah. You can walk. If you can walk, and walking will be very healthy. Yeah. If you can do 2 meals a day,
spare the third meal, save that little money, and it will definitely help you in the long run. Also, as he has said, do not look at this current situation in a problem angle. Look at it at all dimensions, and look at what you can really learn and take away from this situation. As we all know, in the recent lockdown, many people came out blazing hot and rich in that particular season. Actually, the ultra rich grew richer in the pandemic, and the amount of colossal wealth they created, it had never been seen on the planet there. We are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about if the world is ready to be taken over by cryptocurrency. Do keep it Science TV, and we'll be back after the break.
Hi, my name is Sylvia Moramo Chabo, the founder of Andy Speaks for Special Needs Persons. This coming month of April is World Autism Awareness Month. I'd like to invite you on the 2nd of April to join us as we celebrate and raise awareness on autism. Proceeds from the ride will go towards renovation of the Kasarani Primary School Autism Unit and its therapy center. In celebration of World Autism Day, we shall have free telemedical consultation with a general doctor or a neurologist for special needs persons, free virtual counseling for special needs caregivers and teens, and a free virtual occupational therapy consultation. We'll give 20% discount on anticonvulsants. You too can support us by riding from wherever you are and donating 200 shillings for every mile covered in the month of April, donating special needs learning materials, donating occupational therapy items, purchasing our cool merchandise, and cash donations can be done through our paybill numbers on your screen. All services will be strictly on appointment basis. Please register in advance. Join the ride this Good Friday, 2nd of April 2021, and the entire month of April as we raise awareness and support the equipping of Kasarani Primary School Autism Unit. Save the date.
Akaunti yangu ya KCB nilifungua 2016. Network yao iko sawa kwa kila mahali. Kwa historia ya KCB Silver Points, I had to call somebody, kapata sina credit. Kadai star 522 hash, nika redeem points zangu to cash, nikanunua credit, nikapike huo mse.
Enroll today by dialing star 522 hash via the KCB app or at any branch. KCB Silver Points, extra value for valued customers.
That short break, you are still watching Science TV. We are with Mr. Derick here. He is an economist, and we are talking about matters money and the economy, and we are talking about the current hard times in terms of the economy. Before we went for the break, we talked about the possible things that the government could have done before economic strategies that the government would have done before we were taken into the lockdown there. Also, we talked about we talked about three things that you could implement on the short term as we are in survival mode. And these three things was: one, save, even though it is crazy, save save that little amount that you have. And also the second one was, do not spend unnecessarily. Do not spend onto something that you do not need at this moment. And also, he said, do not look at the current situation as a problem. Look at it at an angle where you could look for opportunities through these hard times there. Now we are going to switch attention to talking about if the world, not if necessarily Africa or even here in Kenya, we are ready to be taken up by crypto currency. Mr. Derick, first and foremost, what are your sentiments about cryptocurrency?
Actually, my first time I heard of cryptocurrency was around 2016, 2017. I was in high school then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know really much about it, but later on, I've really come to know some of the information about cryptocurrency. I'll say is the future. Is the future actually, because you can easily manipulate the real cash that you have. Cash can exchange hands without you even knowing. But if we go to crypto, some of these issues will not be there. But I don't think Africa is really ready.
Africa isn't ready for cryptocurrency.
I don't think so.
In the short while, you're going to be telling us why. Because this whole cryptocurrency thing reminds me of the bubble, the .com bubble back in 1990, where everybody was like, no, we're not ready for the internet. This thing is not going to even work. It's the same thing that people are saying about cryptocurrency currently. But why do you say that Africa isn't ready for cryptocurrency?
Cryptocurrency, as you know, is a digital currency. Africa already, our technology infrastructure is not at par. I think if we do much better in the future, we could support it. But as per the moment, it will be very hard. Secondly, the issue of corruption in Africa. If digital currency comes, it will curb it strongly. Yeah? And so I don't think our politicians will take it easy because, corruption is their cash.
Speaking about corruption and about money being the cash cow of our politicians, currently in Nigeria, the central bank and the government are fighting very hard on this matter of cryptocurrency, also given that most of its citizens travel abroad, both in Europe and Asia and the United States, and they are not using the ancient ways of transferring money, the likes of MoneyGram and Western Union. Now they are using cryptocurrency, and now they are like facing a backlash for the kind of money that they were generating through their banking system. But you're talking about a very important thing where it would curb corruption in Africa, because now there won't be necessarily that you need to have hard cash for you to transact. You just have money onto a system, and then you do transaction. And you spoke about Africa not having infrastructure in currently, but Africa is also looked at as the next big economy.
Yeah.
How can we bring all this into alignment so that Africa can become, because if we want to become the next big economy, there are some things we must do. How can we do this, and how can we overspeed the whole process?
In the latest, Africa in the past has been given aid. We have not really, from Europe and the US, it has been aids and grants coming to Africa. But the last time during the Trump administration and under Secretary Pompeo, they would say Africa, private partnership is the future of Africa. I think if private partnership will come, we'll be able to curb corruption, and still we make the gap of infrastructure as small as possible. When someone invests privately in Africa, it means you'll also be taken responsible for what happened. But if aids and grants are sent, they're sent to governments. That's why you see when money comes, it's stolen up there in government. People down here don't get it. But if private partnership will come to Africa, it means that company from Europe or that person who is investing is responsible for whatever will happen to the money. Yeah, that will
Is
come.
this the case why the Chinese government is investing heavily in Africa? Because I understand, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Chinese government directly funds firms from China to come do contracts in Africa. Is this what you mean by private partnerships?
Actually, no. The Chinese way of life is different from ours.
Yes.
That is, there are communist states.
Yes.
We are a democracy.
Yes.
The Chinese funding Africa direct is for their own purpose.
For their own
As you know, we have seen it with the SGR.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are seeing it in Djibouti where they have really invested.
Yeah.
Yeah, their aim is different, and maybe that will be a discussion for another day.
True.
But if private partnership from China could be real or democratic as a way of life could be, then it could employ labor from here. Chinese are not employing labor from here. They are coming with their own labor. Yeah, with their own materials. They are not buying our materials here.
They are coming with labor, they are coming with material,
yeah.
and also they are coming with capital.
Yeah, and their own professions. They want to run the whole thing. It's not private. That is not private partnership. No.
Can you explain what private partnership exactly means?
Private partnership. Let me say in layman's language that if I want to invest in you privately as a person, yeah, I will give you the money, but make sure I go through the books and see how you are using the money, the funds. Yeah, and private, there's something called PPP, public-private partnership.
True.
Yeah, and that is what we are expecting from
Europe
and in the like. But whatever is coming to China is a total. It's like a scam of private partnership, where you send your capital, you send your profession, you send your labor, you send your materials. No, that is not right. But if you see an example of maybe an American company that is settled there,
multinationalism.
yeah, you see they employ labor from here, professions are taken from here. If there is someone who is best at something from Kenya, they won't take someone from
the US.
Yeah, from the US.
Mr. Dennis, as we conclude the show for today, what are some of the things that you would advise a common mwananchi who's watching us right now to do to keep their finances in check?
Actually, there is a certain book I read last year during the lockdown. It has been written by Rabbi Daniel. I don't remember the name exactly, but he's an Orthodox rabbi. In that book, he talks about the 10 commandments of making money. The book is called 10 Commandments of Making Money. And actually, if you are a Christian, you observe the 10 Commandments of the Bible. So it will also be important to observe these 10 Commandments of making money. And in the book he quotes and says, no matter what times it is, whether it is in a tough time or in a happy time, you will still make money. I'll advise common mwananchi who is literate if he can get the book, but I'll maybe share 3 or 4 of what.
Yeah. Actually, I was not only to ask for one, but here are the 10 commandments as we wind up the show.
One of them was really the fact of what you have say saving.
Yes.
Saving. If perhaps your shoes is 2,000 and you can get a 1,000 shoe, save the 1,000. Secondly is avoid borrowing. Actually, borrowing is something like a vice. It's taking away from your future generation. Avoid borrowing as much as possible. You can reach a Fuliza state. You know it. Yeah.
We know. Most of us are in that Fuliza state.
Yeah, where your funds come in and it's chopped off a little and you have to spend less than even what you had gained.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you avoid borrowing, higher chances of you having some money and really surviving in this period is good. Another thing I'll say is really try to learn more and learn new things. Actually, most people who went last year to lockdown, either if you are a student or you are doing some job and you had to be locked down, someone had to look for a side hustle. Yeah, it is very important at this moment someone really has a side hustle. Yeah, and lastly is I'll say hard work. Most people will say hard work as a literal thing.
Yeah.
But
and I think it's very hard to define hard work.
Yeah.
Because every time you talk to somebody about hard work, they would ask you, okay, what is really hard work?
yeah, as in, of late, people have come up with working smart,
Yeah.
but you can't work smart without working hard. Yeah, working smart without working harder may land you in a problem. Yeah, but I really advise, especially the youths, to really come out and show their struggle. I think most people, Kenya's population has more of youths, and the reason why our economy is down is because the youths have not come out to really access and show their full potential, especially economically. If Alan, I'll ask you, do you know how many of your colleagues who are really going out there and pushing the button to the bitter end? How many would you say?
Next to none.
Yeah.
That would even make myself. That would even make me ask myself, am I pushing the button to the bitter end?
Yeah. It's important we ask ourselves, are we really pushing to the bitter end?
Dear viewer, Mr. Dennis here has said it. The question is, are you pushing to the bitter end? It's very sad that we have to end it right there today, but we'll definitely have Mr. David come back another Tuesday and we continue talking about matters business and matters wealth creation, as he is very eloquent in the subject. Now, I would like to say thank you very much for being with us from all when we started, and we also apologize for those short technical hitches that we had in the broadcast. From me and the entire breakfast team, we say thank you very much and catch us tomorrow, same time, same place. And do keep it Science TV, as more subsequent and interesting programming is coming on. From me and Judita Wafula, the sign language interpreter, we say bye-bye and see you tomorrow.
Mama boy, aki si biashara si rahisi. Wacha si tukae tu hapa na stress.
Ati stress. Sijakwambia next week nafungua kiosk.
Hey, Jumina, weka.
Need to save? Weka na KCB M-Pesa. Save money easily on your phone at over 6% interest rate. Go to the M-Pesa menu, loans and savings, select KCB M-Pesa and start saving now. The more you save, the more you can borrow. Weka, KCB M-Pesa.
Hi, my name is Sylvia Moramo Chabo, the founder of Andy Speaks for Special Needs Persons. This coming month of April is World Autism Awareness Month. I'd like to invite you on the 2nd of April to join us as we celebrate and raise awareness on autism. Proceeds from the ride will go towards renovation of the Kasarani Primary School Autism Unit and its Therapy Center. In celebration of World Autism Day, we shall have free telemedical consultation with a general doctor or a neurologist for special needs persons, free virtual counseling for special needs caregivers and teens, and a free virtual occupational therapy consultation. We'll give 20% discount on anticonvulsants. You too can support us by riding from wherever you are and donating 200 shillings for every mile covered in the month of April, donating special needs learning materials, donating occupational therapy items, purchasing our cool merchandise, and cash donations can be done through our paybill numbers on your screen. All services will be strictly on appointment basis. Please register in advance. Join the ride this Good Friday, 2nd of April 2021, and the entire month of April as we raise awareness and support the equipping of Kasarani Primary School Autism Unit. Save the date.
A sign language interpreter plays a crucial role in the life of a deaf person, aiding in effective communication, service delivery, and service acquisition. In this time of COVID-19 pandemic, social distancing, staying at home, wearing masks and personal protective equipment by the healthcare providers is necessary in the fight to flatten the curve. But have you ever thought about interpretation services for a deaf person in isolation? Don't you worry, Assistal got you covered. You can now get an interpreter 24/7 at the click of a button. Just download Assistal app on Google Play Store or visit www.assistolapp.com to register your details, create a channel, and get or offer high-quality interpretation services in your official sign language. It's as easy as a 1, 2, 3. And the good news is an interpreter can serve more deaf people without moving out of the house. Stay safe and let us stop Corona.
Hakikisha unaendelea kufuata maagizo ya serikali dhidi ya kupambana na janga la corona ili kazi iendelee.
Kuanzia asubuhi hii mati inabeba raia. So kuwa safe ni lazima.
Kazi safi ni kuendelea kuhakikisha mimi niko safe na customers wangu pia wako safe.
Kuna vitu lazima tuzingatie.